Black Friday, but for authors. Everything I'm going to talk about in this video is all specifically tailored to authors and making the most out of Black Friday. And some of these deals are actually on now and they go right through until December, so not just Black Friday weekend, which is why I'm doing this video now. So let's get started on the Black Friday offers. So we're going to start from when you start writing your book all the way down to like marketing your book. I'll split the video up into each individual Black Friday deal, so you can sort of swap and change and go to whatever offers suit you. Down in the description box below, I will have all the links for you. It's probably going to be a very full description box. The first Black Friday offer I'm going to talk about is actually the one that sent me into this video and the one that I am going to utilise myself, which is from Writing Aid. They currently have a 50% deal, a 50% off offer on their premium and pro plans, both yearly and the lifetime subscription. Now, I have always wanted a lifetime subscription, but I've never had that money up front, so I've been paying yearly, which actually ends up being more because you're paying for every year rather than just paying one fee and having it forever. So currently I have the premium account, which is £120 a year. If you buy just that for the year in this Black Friday offer, it will be £60. So the premium lifetime plan is about £400 normally, which means 50% on offer. It comes out as £199.50. So my subscription actually doesn't run out until July, so I've only recently renewed it. I'm not quite sure how that works. I'm anticipating, so I'm planning for the worst, that I will just lose out on money for this year because I paid for a whole year in July and it's now November and I'm going to get the lifetime subscription. But over the next few years, you'll end up making that money back in a way. That's how my maths is working, okay? Let's just all agree that it works. Now, I love Writing Aid because it's a really good editing tool, self-editing tool. It's really good for helping me to pick up on tense issues. That's a good one. And also where commas go, because I can be a little bit comma happy, I'll be honest with you. And also picking up words when you've got repeated words and repeated phrases, and it's just a really good tool. Writing Aid allows me to get my manuscript as tight as I can get it, so that when for two reasons. One, sending off my manuscript to beta readers, if it's as polished as I can get it, it means that they are more likely, or they're more able to focus on the plot itself and the issues. If you're reading a manuscript that's just riddled with errors or hard to read sentences, I think it can detract from what I really want my beta readers to do, which is to look at the plot. So one thing I do is try and make it as tight as possible before they read it. So in some instances, some editors it can actually be cheaper if your manuscript is at a certain level to begin with. That's not always the case. Most editors just have a blank rate. But I also think that if it's as tight as I can get it, that allows, especially when I've got you copy and your line edits, they can really focus on the voice and the consistency and just really making it the best manuscript they can. If they are bogged down in loads of little things that I could have edited, I feel like they then may miss some other things, the same way I think with my beta readers. So again, we're all human. So I really like Writing Aid. It's also really helpful for my bonus content because that tends to not go through paid editors. So I can put it in to Writing Aid. And then I also have it linked up to my Word document. So my Word, because I write in Word. I know, I think that's a little bit old school still. But then I can run the reports and try and make things better as and when. So I really like Writing Aid, and it's something that I definitely recommend to people. And with it being 50% off, even if you just want to try it for the year with just the premium plan at £60, And then next year, and I'm sure they often do deals around Black Friday, so it could be that next year there's another 50% sale, and then you could move to lifetime, for example. The next thing I'm going to talk about is Atticus, which is a software that helps you to format your books for both ebook and paperback and hardback. Physical. Oh my gosh. I like Atticus because I don't have a Mac, which means I don't get easy access to Vellum. Atticus is also much cheaper, and it has significantly improved from when it first started a few years ago. There is a really good support system, like a ticket system if you get stuck. There's also a Facebook group that you can ask questions. I think it produces really beautiful books. I've been really impressed so far. I think when I was formatting in Word, that was so difficult. I do not recommend that at all. Do not format in Word. And obviously I don't have access to Vellum. The reason why I like formatting myself is because I retain full control. So I know you can send your manuscript off to other people and they can format for you, but then every time you come across a typo, and let's face it, as soon as you hit publish, you're going to find a typo because that's just how things work. And then if you then had to go back to somebody, you might have to, at best, they would change it for free for you, but you've got to wait for them to give it back to you and then re-upload it. At worst, you'd have to pay them to like update it. So I like having that full control. And I'll be honest, one of the main reasons why I'm an indie author is that full control. So why wouldn't I format myself? I emailed them asking what their Black Friday deal was going to be, because I'd read somewhere about like suspected that it would be this free course with every purchase. Okay, editing Rianne here. I just thought I would pop on, this is why I look like this. Just thought I'd pop on that it has been confirmed that Atticus are doing a free course with every purchase at the moment, and the link down below will work. They have made sure it work for me, so you can click on that link and get that free course if you purchase Atticus. So I just thought I would jump on and let you know. Even if there isn't a Black Friday deal for it, it is just something I totally recommend. I think it's very reasonably priced. It's a one-time purchase, so you buy it once and then you have access to it forever. What is that called? Lifetime purchase? No, there's probably a phrase. And you get access to all the free updates. I think there is also still like a 30-day money back guarantee thing, so you can always utilize that if it's not something that works for you. But again, if you are stuck, send a ticket. They get back to you really quickly. So it is something I wanted to bring up in our Black Friday for authors deals. The next thing I'm going to talk about is another one that I've not fully confirmed yet, but I think it works. I'm talking about it now because it works well in the order that I'm talking about all these different things, is Getcovers. I use Getcovers for my book covers and they are fantastic. It is definitely a budget option. They're like the sister company to Miblart, which you may have heard about. And I do know Miblart is having a Black Friday deal, I believe. I think I saw that somewhere, but I don't use Miblart, so I didn't go too much down that route. I use Getcovers. Last year they did have a deal, which is why I'm including it, because I utilised it. It was, you bought a cover and then you got like some promotional materials, or there was like a deal where you had promotional materials and there was like an extra thing added in. So I think I did utilize some sort of deal last year. I just can't remember what it was exactly. But Getcovers is a company that I use. I think I've got a video on Getcovers, which I'll try and link above here. So if you're interested, go and check that out. One thing about Getcovers that I do like is that it is unlimited revisions. Now, when I was designing book 2 of my NA series, it took so long, so many back and forths, because I just really wasn't happy and there were lots of tweaks, and I ended up paying extra for more stock images and stuff like that. So then I made sure I did book 3's cover in so much time. One, for like motivation, because I wasn't feeling well at the beginning of the year, but also so that I would have an extended length of time to get it right. And they got it right first time round. It was just like a few little niggles, and I was like, of course it was. The time that I give it extra to get it right, they get it right first time. So it's just like, oh, sod's law as we call it. But I think they are very good. I do think you have to lead them a bit more, so give them your comp covers and be really specific and detailed in what you want, and when you do your changes or your revisions, sorry, be very detailed. I would almost bullet point them sometimes, and I write them out in a list. Yeah, so, but it is worth noting, and I am including it in this Black Friday for authors deals because I do think there is going to be a deal. There was last year, so I'm hoping there is this year. I'll leave their link down below, but even if not, their prices start from like just $10 for an ebook cover. I tend to do the, is it the premium, the highest one, which I think is like $25 or $35, and I get both the ebook and the paperback, and you get more stock images involved in that as well. But if you do need more stock images, you can pay for those separately. I've just had a look at my notes, and the next thing we're going to talk about is Publisher Rocket. Has anyone heard of Publisher Rocket? So I first came across this when I was taking part in the Publish and Thrive course that Sarah Cannon does, that I have spoken about before on this channel. The first time I heard about Publisher Rocket was in there, and I can't tell you how many people recommend Publisher Rocket. If you don't know what Publisher Rocket is, it is another piece of software that you download. It allows you to work out keywords, your categories, and also work out what your competitor or your comp books, what their keywords and categories are, and what people are actually searching for. And they update that as well. Now, when I first came across Publisher Rocket, I didn't have a clue how it worked. I probably still don't. I probably don't utilize it to its fullest extent because I'm not very technically minded. That's a polite way of saying it, isn't it? But I have used it to help me with my keywords and categories, and there are so many people that I trust, who I've been in like writer groups with for a long time, who absolutely swear by Publisher Rocket. So I thought I would include that in this video. So their Black Friday offer is $30 off and a free course on like keywords and stuff when you buy, and I think that's from now until December the 2nd. So if you want to get in on that, I would get in on that now. So we've got until the beginning of December. Basically, wherever you're uploading your book, you need to put categories and keywords in, and this is a really good tool to make sure you're hitting the right notes and it gets in front of the right readers. I particularly love how you can like find out what your competitors are, what keywords they've got, and sort of you can match up, because some keywords are so popular you might then be lost. So it allows you to sort of like filter out and find keywords that have so many uses, for example, and really hone in on them. I have heard stories of people who work on their keywords and use Publisher Rocket. They update their Amazon page with the right keywords and the categories, and they see an uptick in sales or page reads if you're in KU, because it's landing in front of the right people. I don't do Amazon ads, but it is apparently really good for that as well, to pick up the right words and again land in front of the right audience to view your ad, because I think with Amazon ads you're spending money for it to land in front of people, so you want it to land in front of the right people, don't you? So again, so their Black Friday offer is $30 off with a free course when you buy Publisher Rocket. I think it's a really good tool to make sure you're hitting the right keywords and hitting the right categories on Amazon and other places, and getting it in front of the right readers, which I think is half the battle with all the algorithms these days. It basically helps you with the algorithm. Okay, Mailerlite, guys. I had to include Mailerlite in this Black Friday for authors deal because they currently have a 25% off all annual plans between now and I think again the 2nd of December, which I think equates to basically having 3 months free. So when you usually do the annual plans, you usually end up saving money anyway, but with there being 25% off, you're basically getting 3 months free. So you pay for 9 months, but you get 12 months. Yes, that makes sense, Rianne. Well done, Rianne. So that's for new users and for current users on the free plans or on the monthly plans. You can upgrade and do the annual plan and get that 25% off. So I'll leave that link down below. I'll also add that link into my Mailerlite videos that I have done because I think Mailerlite is great. I use it for my newsletter. I have automated systems in place there. I then also have a website there with landing pages, but that is a bit tricky because there's like issues that I had with my domain name. But you can have websites on there that you can connect your domain name to. There's landing pages that I use for my bonus content, for example. So there's like multiple different things. They have just recently changed their free plan to only 500 subscribers. So if you're getting close to that, it might be worth thinking upgrading to the annual plan now, because if you're going to be hitting the next where you would have to pay, then it's worth doing that when there's 25% off. So that's really, really good. I'll leave a link to the videos that I've done on Mailerlite up here so you can see both. I have done videos on my automated sequence, you can see that. I've also done videos on my website that I did with Mailerlite, so I'll add those as well. I'm excited that there's a 25% off for an annual plan, and it's something that I will be utilising in the future. But for anyone who is close to 500 subscribers or wants to just save on an annual plan because they like the benefits they get with a paid account, definitely make use of that 25% off annual plans. Now I'm going to talk about 2 things to do with marketing. I love marketing. Well, no, I have a love-hate relationship with marketing. So the 2 things I want to talk about with marketing are somebody that I have a monthly subscription to, and that is Shelby. So her marketing for creatives. She's going to be having 30% off over Black Friday weekend, all of her like self-paced courses and guides. So that's things like her TikTok guide, her Instagram guide, the lifetime launch, the emails that make sense that I've spoken about on my channel, and there's also, I think she's also doing 30% off her like templates for the year. So she has templates that she then sells in bundles and stuff like that. Now I am a part of her Creatives Content Club, or Content Creatives Club. I always forget which way around it is, but I'm part of the subscription for the month. So I get monthly templates, which includes not just on like your posts templates, but also emails, podcast stuff. And then she does a lot of, I can hear the dogs. I'm looking after my mum's dog today. You okay, boys? They can't answer me because they're dogs, but still. I have actually done a lot of Shelby's self-paced courses. I did the emails that make sense, the lifetime launch. I think I've got both TikTok and Instagram that I had before I joined the Creatives Club. Yeah, so some of the guides are being updated to reflect new social media updates that have just come about. So yeah, 30% off all of her guides. Now she will have a single link for Black Friday, but she hasn't got that yet. So what I have done is I've linked as many things as I can down below individually, but over the weekend I will come back and I will add the Black Friday links. If you want to get multiple, then you can. And I'll just add that in over Black Friday weekend, or as soon as I have the link, I'll add it down below so you can then just go onto one link and find them all. If not, pick and choose which ones work well for you. So Shelby's courses normally run about like say $37, something like that. I think they're very affordable courses to get that little bit of extra help and support, and I've always found her courses really helpful. They're just like little, full of information, full of templates, but they're sort of, it's bite-sized, it's not overwhelming is what I'm trying to get at. And I started with her self-paced courses, downloaded them, watched the videos, used the templates, and then I eventually signed up for the Creatives Club. But 30% off all her self-paced courses on Black Friday weekend, which is awesome. And the last deal I want to talk about in our Black Friday for Authors video is from Lemon Fridays. So I contacted Lara from Lemon Friday because I've worked with her in the past. I have her captions kits. I think I have like 2 of her caption kits because I write both romance, and I think I've got a romance, a fantasy, Oh, and the general one. I may have three of her kits. But I've worked with her before. So she's offering a free holidays collabs playbook with anyone who purchases the collabs pitch course. And I'm really excited to dive into this one because I've not dived in yet, and I'm really excited because I love her stuff and I love what she's done before. I'm going to read out what she sent me, and then you'll see why I'm excited about it as well. So it helps authors reach more readers without relying on things like ads and your algorithms and posting every day. So inside this pack, there's going to be 20+ ideas for teaming up with other writers, creators, and small businesses to share your work in creative ways. So from quick post swaps to multi-author events. And I'm sure we've all seen online when several authors get together and offer like some sort of giveaway, or they offer reduced pricing for like this selection of books, for example. I've seen those, definitely. Plus you'll get fill in the blank message templates so you can pitch without overthinking or feeling awkward. Thank you very much, I am the awkward one. And it's everything you need to find great partners, reach out with confidence, and grow your audience in ways that actually feel fun, which would be great because marketing can sometimes be a right pain in my butt. So then the free holidays bonus thing that you get gives you 15 extra collab ideas to make most of the peak book buying season, which is probably anywhere from now until like Christmas, isn't it really? So everyone's hunting for the perfect gift and adding a few to their own cart too, and I think readers are bad for this because this is what I do. I'm looking for my friend and then I end up with like 10 new books for me to read. So think reader gift guides, thank you giveaways, 12 days of treats, Santa's, secret Santas, just fun, festive ways to spread the word about your book without feeling salesy. And that is what drew me in, that the free bit with the holiday stuff, because I just think you want to utilize the most of Christmas and feel like you're selling your book without being salesy. And I think doing some fun Christmas things will be really cool. And then you can also add on at the checkout, which is this Clio, which is a Creatives Collabs personal pitch strategist. I was really impressed with this, by the way. So you just tell her a few details about your book and she'll walk you through every single step of your next collab. So basically Lara has created this Clio assistant for you to discuss with. So it's not just, you're not simply going on to like ChatGPT and, you know, AI things. You've got something that has been programmed specifically to help you. So from finding the perfect partners to picking the best ideas for your energy levels. Thank you, Lara, because my energy levels are 0 most days. And to sending your first DM. And as I said, I'm really excited to dive into this from Lemon Friday, from Lara, because I've got her caption kits and I've had many things before. I've got like a Timeless Reels pack, which has loads of ideas in. Currently, I am subscribed to Marketing with Courtney on Patreon, and she has some fantastic templates I absolutely love. And so I've been using some of those templates and then going into all the caption kits that I have from Lemon Friday and then picking out the captions that I think match and sort of adjusting that as well. And Shelby's like a mix of everything. So those two marketing things I wanted to include in the Black Friday deals because they are really good people to follow and get on board with anyway if you're new to marketing and getting some ideas. Both of them sign up for their newsletters, so both Shelby and Lemon Friday sign up for their newsletters, and I think they send out weekly newsletters with like tips and helpful things that I often utilise when I remember to go onto my emails and open them, because I am terrible for that. So check out all the links down below, and again, as I said, some of them I will update on Black Friday when they have different links, if there are different links to be had. I'll put information in the description box on all of the different things as well, so you can remember it. Let me know what you might be getting this Black Friday season. I am definitely diving into the Lemon Friday Collabs pitch pack and also getting the Pro Writing Aid 50% off. Those are two of the things that I'm most excited about that I don't already have, and I think it'll be a really cool season for us as we dive into not only Black Friday, but then we're sliding nicely into the Christmas season, aren't we? So I hope that's helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.